We are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. I'm DL saying y'all know what time it is. It's summertime, and we are on that summertime schedule, man. So hey, ain't no telling when I'm gonna be on. You know, we on the East Coast. It might be 4 in the morning. I might be on. Might not be here, but I'll be on someone else's stream because it's a big world out here, and the world never sleeps. It's summertime, and I am making a definitely change to the schedule and just going hard, making this happen. You know what I mean? Getting it in wherever we can. No Diddy. And so I was on earlier today. I'm doing this now. In between these two streams, I was on Sister Cat streams because I rock with the Unreasonable Man, and he was kind of doing a simulcast with her, and I went over there and made some friends. And so yeah, it's what it is, man. We're gonna go hard with this YouTube. I'm really enjoying these conversations. I'm not saying we're gonna change the world, but hey, we're definitely gonna get people to pause and get people to think about what's going on in this world. And I remember earlier today I said I was gonna come back with you. We're gonna talk about finance or some red pill stuff. Well, I decided to go with the red pill shit. So hey, let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed, man. Yeah, we're talking about this, man. Is dating as we know it dead? Yo, I'm not saying it's dead, man. It's kind of like that scene in Monty Python, that running gag in Monty Python when it's like, oh, you shall not have died in vain. I'm not quite dead. Like, no, you've been mortally wounded. I think I'm getting better, right? It's like, well, don't worry, I will avenge you. I think I'll go for a walk. Right. So I think that's where we are with this, right? I think that dating has fundamentally changed to a point where no one really recognizes it anymore, right? It's crazy. And why is that? Well, there are a bunch of reasons. We're going to get into some of them. Brother Penny in the building. What's good, fam? Is dating dead? Yes. Yes, it is. That's it. That's the podcast, right? Right? That's Brother Pitney. That's his take on it. Like, it's over. Darn, that's the end. Sister Jody is in the building. What's good, sis? I don't know what button I just hit. I'm hearing some music. What the hell did I do, y'all? I don't know what I did. Give me a second. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It's some cool ass music playing in the background. Give me a one in the chat if you guys can hear music playing right now, because I don't know what button. That's what I thought. All right. I don't know. I just shut off the soundboard. I don't know what just happened there. Maybe I hit a button. That was crazy. I hit the darn that's the end button, and it just kept on playing. Can you guys still hear the music? All right, cool. We're good. We're good. All right, that's what's up. I don't know what button I hit, man. I'm sitting there, Sister Jody. I said, "What's up to Sister Jody?" And all of a sudden, some real cool music started playing. I'm like, "What the hell? I ain't do that." Dr. B is in the building. Let me see if I can't. Let me see if it's still playing. Yeah, it's still playing. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. But I have to go to the manual. Dr. B is in the building. What's good, man? Another show. And man, I hate to say it. Yes, it's dead. Yeah, I want to do another show. I'm gonna sit here and I really don't know what I hit. I hit some sort of button, and there's mad music playing in the background. And it's making me mad because I want to be able to play our music. So I'm gonna read these chats, and then what I'm gonna do, I wonder if I hit something. Did I hit one of my brand things? Music. Yeah, I got the music on. Huh. I'm stumped, guys. I don't know. We were off to such a great start too. So for now, we have lost our sound effects. All right, because I'm not gonna just play that music. Yeah, you don't hear it now, but you hear it when I pull the sound up. You guys will probably hear that, and it's messing up my sound effects. And I don't know where that music. I don't know the source of that music. It's something to do with my roadcaster. I'm gonna have to figure out what button I hit. I hit some sort of button. So we're gonna lose it for a little bit. Dr. B is in the building. Brother Mark is in the building. What's good? Good to see you, bro. You know what I mean? Salute to you. Salute to all. Let me know if you're gonna drop the link soon. I am gonna drop the link on this one. I will be dropping the link here pretty quick. Um, yeah, and the sound effects aren't coming through fully. You know what I'm gonna do is just real quick. Just bear with me, guys. I'm going to shut off my audio and then I'm going to shut it back. I'm going to turn it back on again. So I'm just going to do that, see if that helps. Um, so yeah, guys, I tried to run that. And it's something to do with the system I have. This is what happens when you're old and don't know what you're doing. I might have accidentally hit some sort of button, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I've managed to mute it, but it's still playing. So until I figure that out, we're not gonna have any sound effects. All right, sorry about that. So and it all started when I hit the darn that's the end button. I hit that button and it just started playing music. So yeah, we're just gonna run with what we got. I'm gonna keep it going. Appreciate all of y'all. So yeah, we're gonna. Hey man, it's dating dead. I say dating has just changed, and people are having a hard time recognizing it. Right? I don't think it's necessarily changed. Um, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily dead. I mean, people gonna keep smashing. That's definitely what's gonna happen. People ain't gonna stop doing it. I promise you that. Um, when you're looking at marriage and all that kind of stuff, I tell people all the time, it doesn't make sense to get married. These laws don't really work for people right now, especially dudes. And then moving forward, women are making more money. They're gonna start getting jammed up in family court. So, but they're not gonna stop smashing. They're not gonna do it. I found a video of a young woman who's talking about how it's dead, chivalry is dead, and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna definitely look at that. And just let me know if the sound gets messed up. If you can't hear me, let me know, guys. So I think we're good. Jody's saying we're good. Get the thumbs up. Brother Pitney, all right, cool, looks like we're good. It's coming. Don't hear the music now. Okay, cool. Um, so we're going to, and yes, I'm definitely going to drop the link, guys. We're going to watch this quick video, and then I'll be dropping the link so we can get the conversation going. Um, it's crazy what's going on right now. People don't recognize what's going on right now. And I tell these guys, you simply just have to adjust to the current dating market. That's it. So we're gonna watch this young lady. I was just kind of going through, I could find something real quick that we can watch. And I think this video would be a good one. I only watched like the first minute just to hear what she was talking about. I'm like, you know what? I want to hear the rest of this, and we can react to this video moving forward. So let's do it.
Hi. You have no idea how excited I was when somebody recommended this
Oh man,
topic.
hold on, hang on it. I'm gonna have, in order for us to watch the video, I'm gonna have to find the source of that music. Did you guys hear? You hear that music in the background? I'm gonna have to find the source of that music. Otherwise, we won't be able to watch the video because we won't have any audio. Well, you know what? Screw it. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna keep it moving. We're just gonna keep it moving, and I'm just gonna drop the link. And if anybody wants to come up, we're gonna talk about it. We're going to just talk about it. So, um, paste. There's the link, and yeah, because you won't be able to hear the video because the music. I really don't. It's gonna take me some time to actually sit down, troubleshoot, and find out where the music is coming from. It's coming from my roadcaster, the mixing board. There has to be a button that I accidentally touched or something. It activated that music. It's on this one channel. It's just on this channel. You know what I mean? It's on that channel. And I'm cutting out. Let me know if I cut out completely. And if I need to shut the whole thing down and start over, I will. Let's see what I sound like. Let me run back and just listen to my audio on the phone here. And you know what? Hey guys, I hate to do this. I'm so sorry. Let me shut this all the way down and I'm gonna restart. I'm just gonna restart everything. I'm gonna come out of here and come back in. And then, so just bear with me. Check one, check one. And we are live. I think you guys can hear me. Sorry about that. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what I did wrong. And I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So, hey, thanks for rocking out with me. That's what I love about my day ones, man. Y'all rock with a brother. You know what I mean? Much better. Yeah, y'all rock with a brother. Yeah, let's go ahead and log. Let's give everybody they blast. There you go. Brother Pitney, appreciate that. Dr. B84, appreciate that. Brother Marcus, also appreciate y'all. As a matter of fact, we'll just give everyone one Don DeMarco. How about that? Everybody gets a Don DeMarco. So I'm pretty sure I know what I did. It was when I was setting up. I went against my own setup procedure, and I didn't turn things on in the normal sequence that I normally turn them on, and that's what happened to me. I got I got beat up 5x5 loud and clear. We are doing it. So yeah, now we can go back and actually watch this video with this beautiful young woman who that's right, I came out. Let's pull this up. She was talking about feminism and how it has ruined dating, and I think this would be a really good video to start with. I'm gonna pin the link to the top. If anybody wants to jump in, all opinions are more than welcome in this conversation. And let's get to it. Let's listen to what she has to say about dating.
Hi. You have no idea how excited I was when somebody recommended this topic. If you didn't already know, I am in fact 5 foot and I'm also in fact a woman. And I don't know why it's so looked down upon other women to be saying this right now, but sometimes I need help from a man. I was at the airport a while ago and I had a suitcase that was bigger than me. I was going on a really long trip and I feared going to baggage claim and having to get this suitcase off of the baggage claim carousel because I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to pick it up. And I was surrounded by a bunch of men. And I thought surely at least one of them was going to try to help me. And here my bag comes, and here I go trying to pick this bag up. And I struggled so hard, you guys. I made a fool out of myself trying to pick this bag up, and not one of these men around me offered to help me. Not one of them asked to help. Not one of them asked, which bag is yours? And guess what? I don't blame them at all. In the absolute slightest, I don't blame them, because chivalry.
Yo. So, and the music, I hope her music is copyright free music. Otherwise, it's going to mess up the stream, but whatever. That's where the music was coming from initially, her stream. It kind of messed up my board or whatever. But I can't tell you how many times I've heard this story. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this play out in real life, in real time. There is such a push to be independent, and we don't need no man and this and that. And here's this young woman, this very beautiful young woman. I mean, we can see she's very cute. She seems pleasant, even in this video. She just seems bubbly and pleasant. And she overstuffed one of her bags, or a couple of her bags, like, you know, a lot of young girls do when they travel, because they got to take everything and the kitchen sink with them. Right? They don't pack like dudes. I could put everything in my go bag. I got a backpack, put it all in there. I'm good for a month. Right? But women, they got bags and bags, like 3 or 4 bags for a 3-day trip. So here come her bags on the carousel. She's struggling to get them off. She can't get them off. And there's just a bunch of men sitting there acting like they can't see. Maybe some are looking right at her, and no one's asking her if she needs a hand, because that used to be the thing, right? Dudes used to just come up, hey, can I help you? Let me get that for you, right? If you're in the grocery store and you're trying to reach for something that's way up there, and let me get that for you. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have to ask, but now you got to ask. Why? Because of all the ick people out there. Because of all the people who are independent, I don't need your help. Because of all those women that'll curse you out for holding the door open for it. That's why. Now, what does this have to do with dating? Not a whole lot, right? You know, but again, if guys aren't going to help you with stuff like that, just basically, here, let me give you a hand. They're certainly going to walk up and roll up on you and try to talk to you in a club or whatever, especially if they don't know what they're doing. They're not going to approach you in real life. They're not going to approach you at a lounge or at a restaurant or whatever. I mean, the pickup artist will. The guys who know what they're doing will, but the vast majority of dudes, they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. Yeah, she looks very petite. I mean, petite's cute. I ain't gonna lie to you. Dr. B, it's fun to be independent until they get older and they really want a man to help them out. Facts, bro. Facts. Then it's hard to roll it back. Right? It's hard to roll it back. Let's continue.
Is dead and women killed it. Do I think that that was the intention of the creators and the founders that pushed the feminist movement? No, I honestly don't. I think the intentions were good, and I obviously stand with women's rights and women having the equality and freedom to do what men do. But unfortunately, that's not what this movement has become. There's 3 huge reasons why I personally believe that feminism has ruined modern dating. So let's get into it.
I like this.
No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. And if a male does approach you, you need to turn around and use the strongest voice that you can possibly use with him. Literally yelled at him. And I said, do not approach me.
Yo, I saw that video. I saw that video in its entirety. And I was thinking, first of all, this woman is absolutely out of her mind. She's crazy. And secondly, she has a dude that encourages her crazy. If she's that afraid to go out into the real world, she shouldn't go out. At least not go out without her husband. And she was simply telling the story about a guy who approached her in the parking lot. She doesn't even know what he wanted to say. She turned around and screamed at him. Yo, if she had bear spray, she would have sprayed him with it. It is insane. And here's the thing. Dudes are listening.
This all started in the 60s when the feminist movement grew rapidly, when a woman gained the right to remove a baby from her body if she didn't want the baby. Once this was passed, sex outside marriage became popular and casual sex became socially acceptable. As you can see how much of an effect this day in history had on all of us. On top of the fact that around the same time as this, birth control also became available. Now, because women are so involved in casual sex, this has made it so much harder for women that are actually looking for marriage. A very large percentage of men are only looking for casual sex. Why would a man even want to get married when he knows he can just have casual sex, especially when
this young girl, I don't know how old she is, but she is a little cutie patootie, isn't she? She's cute. It's not wearing, I don't think she has any makeup. Sister Jody, is she wearing makeup? If it is, I can't really tell. I think that's the type of makeup that I think people should be wearing. That type of dropping stuff over here. I think she looks good. And she's talking about, you know, my body, my choice type stuff. That part of feminism, yes. Casual sex is a thing. Birth control is a thing, yes. So this would be the second wave feminism thing, probably moving into the third wave, right? Everything she's saying, I agree with. You know, and then culture is also along with that. Hey, it's okay to go out there and slut it out. It's okay to get your back blown out. You know what I mean? It's cool. Go out there, do you, girl. Have your 304, your slut phase or whatever. What your whole phase? Go ahead and have your whole phase. All that's part of that, right? And leaning into this third wave feminism, you're starting to get the results of that. And this does have a profound effect on the dating game. Very, very profound effect on the dating game. And Sister Jody's like, it's minimum. Yeah, I love women who wear just use makeup the way it's supposed to be used. I think it was just to accentuate your natural beauty. The stuff that they're doing with makeup now, I have no idea what the hell that shit is. You know what I mean? Yeah, Sight and Simi Baby. Yes, man, you're right, Brother Penny. You know what I mean? Brother Templar's in the building. What's good, fam? Brother Templar lightweight threatened me, boy. If I don't give him his own horn blast like I normally do, but he's like, we got a problem, Uncle Saint. You better give me my own. You won't be trying to make me share a horn blast. I tried to make him. I was going to share between him and Brother Pitney, and he was like, nah, we ain't having that. We ain't having that, cuz I need my own horn blast. Shout out to you. Brother Dr. B was like, true, but only a small percentage of men can get casual sex on a regular basis. She doesn't get that, though. Most women don't. Facts. Most women don't. Because they have all these choices, they're going to want the same dude, right? And then the reason I paused it here is because she was like, all men just want casual sex. That's not true. That's not true. Maybe all of the guys or the vast majority of guys that these women are chasing just want short-term, instant gratification, blow the back out. You know what I'm saying, Foxy Brown, when they hit you with that holla holla game, those guys, these guys, holla, 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 holla. Yeah, they just want to hit and quit it. Why wouldn't they? They understand it's the game. That's what they doing. It's just the game. Yeah, Brother Penny's like cute and semi-based, rare combinations. They out there, bro. They're out there. It's just they don't, the base girls, especially the cute ones, they're not looking for validation. Once you find them, have a conversation with them, you'll be surprised. There's way more of them than you would imagine. They're out there. I talk to them all the time. But I'm older too. So I'm Uncle Saint out there talking. They know I ain't trying to smash. And I'm looking for a good conversation and I find it. I mean, some young girls, but here's the thing: they're still gonna run out there and bang a Chad or a Tyrone. They're still gonna do it. You know what I mean? They're still gonna do it, right? So it is what it is. But they don't truly accept the game for what it is because they're in their own head thinking all men are like this. Like, but you're only looking at a percentage. You're looking at the top 20. You ain't looking at the other 80% of men out there. You ain't looking at them. You just, women can paint on a completely different faces. Waking up in the morning, I'm glad them days are over for me. Waking up in the morning to see what she really looks like, man, I like to take them swimming. Let's do some water sports so she can get her face wet. But now they got this waterproof makeup still. You still don't know what you're dealing with, but it's not as much makeup. It is what it is. Let's continue.
It's never been easier to get. We are living in a world where sex has no value. And we are all so numb to it to the point where we watch people have casual sex on our TV screens in our living rooms with our family. We basically all have porn in our living rooms. And Hollywood loves to show you two people that are not married having sex together within 24 hours of meeting. And this does follow its way back to the root of the problem, which is feminism, which was created by the feminist movement that gave women the right to remove a baby and the right to...
Hey, what did she say? Having sex within 24 hours? Man, how about having sex within 3 hours? It is crazy out here for these dudes who ain't getting it in. I tell them all the time, I'm like, bro, you're living in an era where sexual access hasn't been easier. I'm in my 50s. I've never been in a world in our society where sex was so easy. Like, it's crazy. I mean, it's absolutely insane what's going on out here in the streets right now. Like, I'm in Tampa right now. If I wanted to really go out and smash something, I could. Even with my old ass, I can go out here and get on. Because these women are looking to get it in. They just want to, let's come get it tonight. Tonight. I mean, it's insane. It's crazy talk. Brother Mike's in the building. What's good, fam? What's up with you, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. But it's crazy. Yeah, one trip to the beach reveals all. You got women who know they ain't all that good or they're not confident in their looks. They won't get in the water, bro. They just won't get in the water. But they're out there. I mean, we'll get into game in a little bit, but let's continue what she's saying.
Stop a baby from even being formed in the first place. Anyone looking for a serious and committed relationship is going to have a really tough time, is having a really tough time, because casual sex is so readily available. Okay, here's the second reason. The second way that the feminist movement has affected modern dating is a huge one for me, which is gender roles. Like I said before, I don't know if this was the intention of the feminist movement in the beginning, but here we are. The world we are living in today pushes men down and lifts women up. Women are the boss babe. They are the leader of the house. Then men are portrayed as weak, and many movies even portray men as the stay-at-home dad. Hollywood looks to make the men more feminine and the woman more masculine in every way. And I'm sorry, but this is a major turnoff for me. I want to.
She's keeping it 100. It's not only a major turnoff for her, it's a major turnoff for most women. D-Mac in the building. Hey, hola, my brother. Como estás, carnal? We got a real carnal in the building. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's women fall for the Hollywood Disney fairy tale narrative that's been plastered out there. Strong women, weak men. Yeah, go. Look what they've done with Marvel. Look what they've done with Disney. Yeah, I know that's fairy tale stuff, right? I know that's sci-fi and all that kind of stuff, comic book, but that's where it all stems from. Right now, Superman is a weakling and he needs Supergirl to come save him, or Luke Skywalker, the most powerful Jedi ever in that world, needs to be saved by some girl who didn't even know what Jedi were when the movie started. And she just instantly becomes the greatest Jedi ever. She teaches herself how to use the Jedi mind trick. And women are like, yeah, those are great movies. No, they're not. You take away everything that makes the movie great. You take away everything that makes the hero a hero. You got to have the struggle. You got to have the failure. You got to have you have to overcome the adversity and then become the hero. You're not born Luke Skywalker in the sense that you know everything. Luke had to get trained by Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? So that whole narrative, girls are the best because. And then these women and a lot of these bottom 80 guys are falling into that narrative because they're trying to get close to these women. Yeah, whatever you say. Yeah, I'm a weak dude. I'm a soy boy, all that. Yeah, boo the guys who go to the gym, boo the guys with money. But guess what? Those are the dudes that they're giving sexual access to. And then they turn around and look at their buddy, their friend, and they're like, oh my God, you disgust me. And all he's doing is trying to reflect and become everything that she said. And now he's more confused than ever. Homath does a really good job. Homath has a really good episode on that. Like, just be yourself episode. We're going to react to that probably sometime this week. It's crazy out here.
Man, I want a man that is going to protect me, lead me, and care for me. I want to be led by the husband that God has for me. And I don't want to feel like I have to try to take that role over because it isn't being filled. There is nothing more attractive to me than when a man is being a man, doing manly things. And guess what? I'm not the only one. So many women are wanting this because we are designed to want this. True godly women are desiring men. Yes, Jesus was gentle, but he also threw over a table and casted out those who were selling in his father's house. Society wants men.
Preach. Well, she went in. She knows her Bible, y'all. She knows her Bible. This young lady is dangerous, but she got a tattoo of a little heart on her finger. Don't think Uncle Saint didn't see that. That's a sign. That's a sign she might be out here. I'm like, ooh, this little girl might want to do a little something. Right? We'll get into game in a little bit. Sister Jody was like, yeah, you should stay out of the clubs and stay out of the bars and stuff like that. No, you should be. If you're a dude trying to get on, you need to go into those places. You need to deal with these women because you need to understand and, know what's going on out here. I refer to Sun Tzu all the time, the art of warfare. Know yourself, know your enemy. I'm not calling women the enemy. I'm not calling them the enemy, but you need to know them because you want to conquer them. You're not going to be successful if you don't know them and you don't know yourself. If you know them, but you don't know yourself, or you know yourself and you don't know them, you can only be successful half the time. If you don't know yourself and you don't know them, you're going to be successful 0 time. But if you want to be successful all the time, know yourself and know your enemy, and guaranteed to be successful 100% of the time.
And to be weak. like. And if your eyes are open to the wickedness that's going on in the music industry and in Hollywood, you will clearly see how the devil has not changed. In the Bible, we see that God says you can eat from anywhere in this garden. Just don't eat from that one tree or you will surely die. Then Satan comes and says, can it really be that God had said, you shall not eat from any tree in the garden? He twists what God meant for good and the gifts that he gave us and the order and design that he gave us those gifts in. The order and design that works, that we are the happiest in. Today we see God says marriage should be between a man and a woman. And Satan says, well, why can't it be between two men or two women? And God.
This young lady right here is dangerous. She is dangerous. She the one, bro. She the one. If she believes what she's saying, she will be married, in my opinion. Yeah, man. She's the one. She has the religious background. I would venture to guess that she has her mom and dad in her life. It all boils down to body count. You know, how many dudes did she let smash before she came to the realization that that's the wicked way? How many? I wonder. But she is, boy, is this church? Look, Brother Cody's king in the building. What's going on? Like, is this church? Sounds like it, bro. But hey, man, like I said, church girls, this is just my personal take, but church girls are the easiest girls to smash in a world where the regular girls are easy. Think about that for a minute. I don't go to churches like that. If I'm in a church, I'm in there to talk to someone, maybe one-on-one or a small group, but I don't go to like the regular congregation because there are women in there looking for a certain type of man, and they really don't care about the religion, in my estimation, in my humble opinion. And they will throw it on you. You know, you go to church, you're going to find some sinners. You go to the hospital, you're going to find sick people. It is what it is. Look at Brother Penny like, I'm sliding into her DMs tonight. Yeah, you and 1,000 other dudes, man, a straight legion. Last good man in Jersey in the building. What's good, fam? Church girls are freaky. Yes, sir, they are. Yes, sir, they are. If you know how to approach it and you know what to say, yeah, she's going to eat you up like Miss Pac-Man. Gobble, 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 gobble. It's like it depends on the girl. Yeah, you know, there are some women in there, just like there's some men in there who really believe in a religion and they're in it. You'll see them right away. But just making up numbers here, I would say 55% of the women in church will probably let you smash if you come at them the right way. The game isn't that intense. Like, it's easier because they're, you know, if you present as the man that they're looking for, which is the rule anywhere, but if you present as the man they're looking for within the confines of the church, bro, all you got to do is be patient, and they're going to take her long to start to jump on it. And here's the thing. It's not like you're dealing with a woman who's a virgin, right? So you're dealing with a woman who has those urges. She's going to want, you know what I'm saying? She's going to want to jump on that joystick, bro. Like, it is what it is. And it is about the individual, not necessarily religion. And individuals involved in that religion make the religion look bad. You know what I mean? It just, I feel you on that, sis. I really do. I am with you 100% on that.
God says that we're supposed to respect husbands as the head of the household. And Satan says, well, why can't women be the head of the household? Because God didn't create it that way. And when you do things that are out of God's design and out of the order that we're supposed to live, things fall apart and we get hurt. Okay, here is my third reason of why I believe feminism has ruined modern dating. Prior to feminism, we had a wife at home cooking, cleaning, caring for the kids, raising up the kids, raising up the family, making sure everything was in order. That was her role. And that is what the biblical wife that God designed, that's what she looks like. And she's pretty awesome. And we had the husbands that go out and work. I'm going to get so much hate for saying this, but I'm sorry. That looks like an absolute dream to me. But this all happened because with the feminist movement, so many women entered the workplace, all on top of still taking care of the responsibilities at home. So now we do both things.
Man, she got 2 tattoos. She got a tattoo on her finger and a tattoo on her wrist. There's probably some more on her body. I think little Shorty was out there doing her thing, and then she was the prodigal son. She realized her wicked ways, and she came back home, and God is going to welcome her, right? Y'all know I'm not a religious guy like that, but I'm just saying I would not want to see her Instagram. Let's put it to you that way. I'm not going to look for her Instagram. I don't want to see her Instagram because she's saying all this stuff, and I'm like, go, you go, little girl. You go, shouty. I'm feeling you, shouty. And then you go to her Instagram, and she's bent over, and you're looking at her butthole, and I would just be like, oh, man. Oh. So I'm not even going to go looking. Y'all can go look if you want to, and don't bring back what you find. I don't want to know. I want to keep this this pristine, image I have of this beautiful young woman in my head, right? But she's right, you know what I mean, about the, women staying home and stuff like that. For those who were fortunate enough to come from a nuclear family, man, that's a good life. Have your mom, have your dad, come home, your mom wake you up, there's breakfast, you go to school, you come back, there's dinner, you're playing around, like dad comes home, like it's just, that is great for those who have it or had that. Amazing. For those who did, those of us who didn't, it's all good. You just got to work with what you got. Right. But to think that the stay-at-home moms didn't do nothing, like the feminists were framing like, oh, the stay-at-home moms, all they're doing is getting their hair done and, having tea parties. Nah, they were doing a lot, yes, modern appliances made the workload lighter, but it's still a lot to do. And most women, and correct me if I'm wrong, but most women that I've seen, are running the home. They're taking care of the finances. They're planning the vacations. They're talking to dad to make sure the money is right. And they're giving dad advice. They're not making a decision, but they're being the executive officer. They're the XO. Dad is the commanding officer. He's the CO. And dad is like, hey, thinking about taking this promotion. Mom's going to sit there because she knows what's going on. She's talking to all the other mothers and moms out there. She's involved in the corporate scene, behind the scenes. And it's like, hey, nah, that's a trap. Don't do that. I was talking to Beatrice and her, you remember Beatrice. Yeah, her husband took that same position, got the transfer, and then they bounced him from the company. I think it's a trap. Maybe we shouldn't do that, babe. Here's my information. I don't think we should do that. And then the guy can sit there and make a good decision. You know what, babe? You're right. I'm not going to apply for that one. I'm going to wait and see what comes down the pike next. That's what I envision when I think nuclear family. That's what I envision. Now, of course, you have people that didn't, they were fighting all the time at each other's throats. And, maybe mom was at home, doing naughty things, like dad was at the office banging the secretary, moms were at home banging the milkman or whatever, but they still stayed together for the kids. And for the most part, they were able to, keep it together at least enough for the kids to grow up and get out, and move on and get out into life. It is what it is. Brother Cody is like, putting around is what women do anyway. He's like, DL already in her DMs. Not me. I don't want to go. I don't want to go in her DMs. You know what I mean? Because I don't want it to be, here's the link to my OF. I just want to have this illusion. It's one of those la, 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 la. Don't tell me the truth. I'm cool with this illusion she's telling me right here. I love it. La, 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 la. That's how I'm looking at it. Let's continue.
Things. With all that being said, here is where I think we're at with modern dating, suffering the hand of the feminist movement. Men are afraid of women. Men are afraid to hold the door for women. Men are afraid to even approach a woman. Rightfully so, because they are in fear that they're going to be verbally attacked, or even worse, that women will film them and post them on TikTok or any other social media app. Even girls working out in the gym. It's like a viral video for a girl to be filming herself working out and then a guy checking her out in the back of the video. Have we really come to the point where we don't want men to even look at us? It's disrespectful for a man to be interested in you. It's just getting so out of hand, and I don't know how we got here. I am all for it.
It's crazy, right? Women spend how much money on products to make them look better? Not just makeup and the Venus flytraps that they put on their eyelashes, which I think looks horrible. The hair, even when it's your real hair, body sculpting, injections of, whatever poison they're using, Botox or whatever, to give you big lips or whatever, BBL, all the stuff that they're doing to look good. Even if you have the push-up bra and all that, you're doing all this stuff so you can look good, but you get mad when men look at you, right? Because people talk about all the time, like, yeah, I look good for a reason. I want guys to see me. No, they want a particular guy to see them. They want the guys that they are attracted to see them. That's who they want to come talk to them. That guy or whoever those guys are. But here's the thing. All men are going to find you attractive, and they don't see all men. How dare you, you bottom 80 basement dweller dude? Get away from me, ick. Right? Ick. And at the same time, you're going to go chase this dude who has all these options. Tall, dark, and handsome, tons of money. He can provide experiences. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be with him. Hardly any game. He has enough game, and the fact that he has all these resources that he can pull you into his frame. You come in there, and what do you do right away within a matter of hours or the first couple of days? You're smashing him. you're smashing him. He pumps you, he dumps you, he moves on to the next one. And now all men are terrible. All men are narcissists and all that. We see this thing play out constantly. And now with technology, you can turn on your TV screen, computer screen, phone screen, whatever screen, and look at it and listen. She's saying all these things, but I wonder at the end, I wonder if she gives some sort of solution or where she's at with that. Brother Base Oracle in the building.
Oh
What's
man,
good, fam?
I got the triple horns. What up, man?
Yeah, man. That's what everybody get. You got the standard. Now you didn't get the Don
What the
DeMarco.
fuck? No, never mind. I don't want it.
You didn't get the Don. You didn't get the Don DeMarco. Now you got to work for that, Marine.
No. What the fuck?
Gotta work for that. How you feeling, brother?
All right, pretty good.
Did you see any of this? You see any of this video we're watching now?
Here's the thing, DL. You want me to be honest, right?
I do. But I do.
No. You want me to be real, right?
That's how we do it over here. Keep it real. Keep it 100, player.
So the answer, yes. I was on another panel and hopped it to come over here. So I didn't hear a thing, but I did hop it to come over here.
I appreciate that, man. Before we go on, I do want to tell you something. I was on a panel with Sister Cat through Unreasonable Man, and your people jumped on the panel, bro. We got to talk.
People. Who my
we got to talk. You know what I'm talking about.
No,
your man's in them.
Who's
in them.
I don't have any mans.
You do have a man. Who's number one on your hit list right now? Who are you supposed to be out here? You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean sniper status? I mean, that's a different. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he pops on, bro, and we got to talk, man. We definitely got to talk.
Look, I'm here. We could talk right now.
No, I don't want to talk right now. I want to talk.
All right. But look, I'm here to talk. So
no. We're gonna do this thing, but I wanted to bring that up. I'm like, okay,
right, you good?
And now that because dudes, it was such an eye-opening thing because I'm brand new to this side of YouTube.
You making up cope?
No, I'm brand new to this. I have intel. I'm fucking
with you, but yeah. No, look.
Saying.
All I'm saying is I'm always here to talk. That's what we do.
Like which man? We talking about?
That's
Andrew.
right, Cody.
Yeah,
your man's
in them.
but no, let's get into it, DL. I hopped on. Let's get into it. Do your thing.
Right. But I was just answering Cody like your man's in them. And yeah, but so this right here, I'm gonna run it all the way back from the beginning up to this point so you can see it. Right. This is a video by a very attractive young woman. And she's talking about feminism.
Let me see.
Man, she's a cutie. Here she comes. Here she comes.
You said. All right.
There she go right there. There she go right there.
She looked like a psychopath, but yeah, that's my type. All right, go on.
That's the best, bro. That's the best.
You gotta stay away, but it's the best. All right,
they got the best Foxy Brown ever. Come on, man.
No, I mean, yeah.
I bet you this young lady right here probably looked a little bit like that young lady you literally bumped into in Miami and got to doing a little, lip service, little lip lock right there. Like,
that was accidental. I was on good behavior.
You just accidentally started tongue throbbing some chick that was walking down the street, or she probably started tongue throbbing you.
Well, yeah.
I ain't mad at you, bro.
I'm a gentleman.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100. Who are you to deny her that privilege? Right.
In my better sense, I probably would have. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But after a couple drinks, you already know. It's like, land in my lap. Who said that recently? Glenn. I think it was Glenn. He was like, I know it's out of context, but nonetheless, he was like, I never had pussy land on my lap. It never fell out of the sky, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you telling me never it just landed on your lap? Like never? Like
I've had it literally.
Yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying then.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Okay. So he was cap. All done. Good.
100%. Because that's in his intro. Was he's talking to Pearl Davis or whatever, and I'm like, bro.
That was it. Exactly.
Bro. Yeah, because I just saw it. When I was sitting there watching it,
it never landed on my lap. Even a nerd, if he'll fucking land on his lap, maybe 20 years, but whatever. Right? It never landed on my lap. Bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, facts. You know what I mean? And Brother Cody's like, real question is, are you sure?
Look, you're never sure in 2024. But yeah.
I'm just saying the medical science has gotten really good, bro. Be careful out there, gentlemen. That's all I got to
Nah,
say.
you right. You right.
So, all right, we're gonna play this, man. So you can see it. We're gonna let this ride all the way up until you tell me to stop. That's 8 minutes and 35.
No, you good. Whatever you do, I'm good.
So we're gonna let it run to get the part that you missed, and then we're gonna then we'll finish. We'll finish out together. No Diddy. Here we go.
Hi. You have no idea how excited I was when somebody recommended this topic. If you didn't already know, I am in fact 5 foot, and I'm also in fact a woman. And I don't know why it's so looked down upon other women to be saying this right now, but sometimes I need help.
I look, 30 seconds. I know, but look, the way she hold her hand, you know what I mean, like that, like she's fucking Italian. She's not Italian, but you know what I mean.
What?
That's already on that dot time. That's all.
You see that heart tattoo on her finger, right?
Here's what I'm saying, Dio, and you and I think would align. There's so many little signs to if you want that you know, but I'm not advocating, then you know. And if you know you should stay away, you see the sign. Don't be after like, oh, I didn't know. No, you did fucking know. There was enough signs you knew.
If you're a smart man, you will listen to Brother Based. But if you are the Sith like me,
join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy.
I'm smashing her, bro. I'm just letting you know right now. That fall, she
I know, but discipline.
I'm not gonna smash the other 8, right? I'm just gonna smash that.
Well, is that an improvement?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Last time I hit 5 out of 8. This time I only hit 1 out of 8. I think it's a damn good improvement.
Look, any improvement is good. All right, go.
Any improvement is good. Look, Brother Cody, it was like that was hella gay. Y'all finishing together. I said no Diddy. All right, that's like the ultimate get away with the gayest shit you can say. It does, in fact, excuse it. That's why you say it. No Diddy. That's what it's supposed to be.
No, I know it's supposed to, but all right.
Listen, don't get mad at me, man. I don't make the rules. Here we go.
From a man. I was at the airport a while ago and I had a suitcase that was bigger than me. I was going on a really long trip and I feared going to baggage claim and having to get this suitcase off of the baggage claim carousel because I honestly didn't think I was going to
pause.
Up and I was surrounded.
I'm gonna pause and before you say anything. Before you say anything, I got my blood family in the building. My big cousin Dave up in this beast. This how you get it down the market. I love you back, cuzzo. Real talk. Another paratrooper. That guy, 82nd Airborne Division, Mr. First Division, Mr. First Marine Division. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
you know what you know what gets me though, bro? First Marine, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, you motherfuckers are it. It's the first Marine and then the big
say it again. Wait, what?
You guys are it, bro. You guys are it.
What do you mean it? Like we suck?
No. You guys are it's the first Marine Division, bro. That is it.
We weren't that good. I'm just being
I'm talking about the history of the first Marine. Come on, man.
I know, but I probably fucked it up.
Pelelu. You know what I mean? I gotta give you your
Pelelu. I was on the Pelelu.
You told me that. I gotta give you guys your due. I'll say first Marine Division, Big Red 1, 82nd and 101st Airborne Division.
82nd Airborne. Okay.
Yeah, and then down from there.
Yeah.
But anyway, we stopped this for you. What did you want to say?
Yes, I barely remember, but when she mentioned carousel,
airport carousel, man. I know what you was thinking.
All right, go on.
I know what you was thinking, bro. Damn, that's kind of funny, but you know what I mean? All right. Here we go.
By a bunch of men. And I thought surely at least one of them was going to try to help me. And here my bag comes and here I go trying to pick this bag up. And I struggled so hard, you guys. I made a fool out of myself trying to pick this bag up. And not one of these men around me offered to help me. Not one of them asked to help. Not one of them asked which bag is yours. And guess what? I don't blame them at all. In the absolute slightest, I don't blame them because chivalry is dead and women killed it. Do I think that was the intention of the creators and the...
Bro, what do you think of that?
Quite a bit. Which part though? So
chivalry is dead. Let's start. I want to start there.
Yeah. So I believe she said chivalry is dead and women killed it.
She did. Yes.
I actually would think of that. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but as a feminist talking point,
Explain.
And the reason, what's that?
You said that is a feminist talking point, and I'm asking you to explain.
Yeah. So the reason is, although I kind of agree on the surface, if you hold truly reality, which is that men are the more powerful in terms of, look, individually, societally, etc., then even if that's true, who made it so? Don't even forget about made it. That's the past. Who enforces that so? It's us.
Men.
Right. Can you
Your thing is,
tell me why I'm wrong?
I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just your thing.
No, I know
is,
you're not, but could you even argue?
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to attempt that. And I know where because your thing comes from accountability. You as long as I've been rocking with you on these YouTube spaces, your thing is accountability. Though you're like, you know what? It's accountability, and yes, men are even more so accountable than women. Am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's reality. I'm not making something up. This isn't my grift or my stance. It's simply reality verbalized. That's all. And we have a lot of bullshit out there, and you know that in different ways, right?
Facts.
We're fed bullshit about the financial system, the school system, education,
justice system.
Exactly. So I'm just here to purport reality. That's all. There's nothing more to it. There's no magic pill. There's no quick fix answer. It just is. Now, people will deny it, whoever wants to. But eventually, here's the thing about reality. Eventually, you find the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah. You absolutely do. Joe Cool's in the building. What's good, fam?
Oh, shit. Joe Cool.
He's in the building. So let's continue. Hey, man, the link's out there.
The founders that pushed the feminist movement? No, I honestly don't. I think the intentions were good, and I obviously stand with women's rights and women having the equality and freedom to do what men do. But unfortunately, that's not what this movement has become. There's 3 huge reasons why I personally believe that feminism has ruined modern dating. So let's get into it.
Hey, could we pause?
Yes, sir.
So when she talks about, and I think you and I would highly agree on this, right? The idea of like what men can do that women can't do. I mean, look, we know what's what. Women out there, you don't. I don't need to tell you. You already know you don't want to pour concrete. You fucking don't. And here's the thing. I don't want to do it either.
Right.
Nobody wants to do it. But when they have the ego inflation, the hubris to verbalize that and be like, oh, yeah, I would pour concrete. No, you fucking wouldn't. If you would, then you already be doing it. And they're not. And that's that's part of the disconnect between men logically and women emotionally. Right? We know what is what. DL. Would you want, and I don't mean this personally, but just to bring it back to reality, would you want your daughter going through some of the trials and tribulations that we have gone through, similarly but different? Obviously, we're in different branches, different times, lots of variables. But in times of war, would you want your daughter on the front line?
I don't want my daughter standing in the door. But I wouldn't want my son standing in the door either, but I will be proud of my son. If my son were to do that, I will be proud. I got a son who's serving. He's in the door like his dad. He's airborne, like his dad and his cousins and his uncles. So, but yeah, I wouldn't say the same thing for my little girl.
But look at that. And I think we already aligned, but look at that. What a dichotomy. What a difference, a delta between how you view it with your daughter and with your son. Now, in modern day, you're a fucking monster for making that distinguishment.
Yeah.
For considering your children different based on their gender. You're a fucking monster, DL.
I know.
Right? To modern day America, you're a monster.
That's because I'm airborne. That's because I'm airborne.
Well,
we were minted as we supposed to be monsters, bro.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, though.
100% on board with what you're saying. With the way modern society is today, how dare you, Mr. Saint, not want your daughter in the door jumping into a combat environment at 500 feet with her hair on fire? You know, it is like, how dare you not want that for your daughter? Like, I want her to be here making babies and holding down the home front. That's where I want her.
And being happy to some degree, whatever degree that can be, right? Obviously it varies, but you want her to be happy, right?
Yep.
Am I right?
You're right. But I will say this. If my daughter came to me and she's like, Papa, I want to be, that's what she calls me. I want to be an Apache pilot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, damn. Okay. And if she does the work, I'm going to be proud of her. But
that's why you're a good dad.
Yeah.
That's why. That's part of why is that you recognize the differences, right? But you're willing to understand if that's what she really wants, let her do it. I mean, past your point of protection as best as you can be for a father, past that. Yeah, if you want to do it, I'm going to let you do it.
And I'm going to back you. But I will be doing some underhanded shit. Like, Papa, how come every time we go see Apache pilots, they ain't got no legs? We're like, well, you know, you said you wanted to be an Apache pilot. And but they all look like Lieutenant Dan. I know, ain't that crazy? The Apaches go down hard sometimes. So, you know, but that's underhanded. But at the same time, if she still wants to do it, I'm gonna support her 100%. But I agree with you 1,000% that there is a difference. It's not the same if a little boy wanted to be an Apache pilot. I'll be like, well, how come you don't want to fly for the Thunderbirds? Why are you stopping at Apache? How come you ain't trying to get into an F-18? You know, to your point. So, and this is crazy. And again, we're talking about dating. Is dating dead? This is the video that started, and the conversation is going to go into the dating part. But you're right. You're right about society and how society wants us to believe that men and women are exactly the same. There's no difference between men and women, and there are 1,001 genders and all that.
I want to. I mean, if we could get back to never mind. Do your.
Oh, go ahead. We good, bro. We just chilling. I ain't even supposed to be here, man. It's summer. We're on a summer schedule.
Me neither. So on the topic is dating as we know it dead, right? So think about. I mean, I'm gonna put this out here. Men lead, right? Men normally are the ones to hit on women, go up to, instigate, right? That sort of thing.
Men initiate.
Generally.
Men initiate. Men initiate.
Right. So in this day and age, for instance, right? You and I know we're in 2024. It's fuckery out here, right? I mean, it's bullshit. We could talk about, you and I could probably go back and forth for hours. I'm sure we could, about the last few years dealing with women, etc. Right?
Yeah.
So here's my point is, I'll make this real quick. I was out earlier and I'm talking to some dude. He kind of, next to me at the restaurant bar. And he's talking about, he just broke up with his girlfriend. And they've been together like 6 months, and he left her 3 days ago. This just happened.
All right.
And in my mind, here's what I'm thinking. Well, actually, before I get to that, he tells me for 5 years before that, he was chasing her. As soon as he said that, I was like, oh, bro, you fucked.
Yeah.
Like, you done. You done.
Yeah.
So he was, kind of in his feels type of thing. And this
100%.
isn't anyone I knew, but I've seen him before. We've, moderately talked before. And I said to him something to the effect of, if a woman isn't chasing me, at this point, if a woman isn't chasing me, I'm not interested, period. At all. Even a little bit. And part of what goes into that is 2024, where we are. If she isn't looking at me as, whatever, I'm not interested. I'm not, look, 30, 40 years ago, just to make a point, right? Men, right, would be chasing or instigating, initiating, and it made sense. But in today's day and age, with everything that you've said, right? Family court, divorce court, how thoughts be, this type of shit.
Shit,
Why the
HR.
fuck? Why the fuck would you be chasing for that potentially?
Well, Marine, what's it boil down to? What's the mission? Because
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, when you say what you're saying, initially what pops into my mind is for long-term commitment, right? What you're saying,
Right,
I'm not
right.
but I'm thinking if the guy just wants to smash, different mission, different tactics.
Yeah. No, you're pragmatically, you are correct. I mean, you're not wrong, but I just don't align with that. I'm not trying to do that. I don't think that's good for society. You and I have talked about at length the issues revolving around the family, the concept of family in the US today. Well, nothing about the turn and burn is adding to that in a good way. And
Facts.
there's lots of things about it that are adding to it in a bad way. So, although I could be very selfish and be like, yeah, go get mine type of deal, what is it actually doing? You got
Well,
your nut
again,
off for a night? I mean, look, you and I have both done that. But a week later, a month later, a year later, what did that do for you?
I tell
Really?
people all the time, and I said this to another one of your mans in them. I said this to my
Man,
guy.
I got
Walt.
lots of mans in them. Who'd they be?
My guy Fresh. My guy Fresh.
Oh,
I told
okay,
Fresh.
okay.
I was sitting in Fresh's apartment. Not the one, not his condo he has now, but the one before. And we were just kind of sitting there, and he's playing video games. He's waiting for this woman to show up. And I'm like, yo, you got one coming? He's like, yeah, one just left, right? Like one literally just left. I'm like, you got another one coming? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. And I told him, I said, hey, bro, at some point, it's not gonna happen today. It might not happen this year, but at some point, you're gonna get tired of this shit, bro. Just running through these women, one after the next, after the next. You're gonna get tired of this, bro. You know, and at the time he was like, well, that may be, but I'm not tired now. And there's a lot of dudes out there who really like just the whole turn and burn. Like you said, I like that phrase, by the way, turn and burn. They're just out there doing it. You know what I mean? Just knocking them off. A lot of men look at that as valuable, a valuable trait. To be able to bag that many people is valuable. But to your point, it does hurt our society as a whole. Now, I can't sit here and judge because I was one of the problem dudes back in the day. I was running through mine like he running through his, right? So, but as a wise guy, not a wise guy, but a wiser old man, I could say, hey, man, you might want to consider this. Yeah, it's great to get your nut off, but in the long run, this could really, really hurt you. And then look what happened with the whole Daisy Chin thing. And it's like, now I believe he's probably reflecting on those words like, damn, Saint was right. Let me, you know what I mean? Like, this shit ain't worth it. You know what I mean? Like, let me adjust a little bit. Who knows? Or he might be like, screw it. I'm just going to get fixed. I'm going to go out and continue to bang these chicks. Who knows?
I mean, look, you and I know anyone can do whatever they want. But if we're looking at what's good for us, our family, society, right, in that order, then why promote the shit, whatever the shit is, that leads to the things that you don't want, that you complain about?
You know, I think where we differ, because I agree with everything you're saying. I think the difference lies in, I'm like, it's not going to change. I mean,
but that's black pill, right?
Well,
That's the same shit. Wouldn't you say to lasagna, for instance?
But I'm not going to give up completely. I'm still going to give my words. I still told Fresh.
Yeah,
like if I was black pilled, I wouldn't.
Out.
Well, yeah.
I
but
know.
look at what Brother Cody is saying though. He's like, yeah, but women who are allowing that by being easy are more to blame than the dudes who take advantage of an easy slave.
No. Look, Cody and I, this probably, at least that I know of, and what up, Cody? This the biggest point we have disaligned on that I know of if you think that women lead, then your last point completely correct.
But I
if
don't
you're
believe
looking-
he, and I can't speak for him, but I don't think that he believes women lead. Women
know.
do control
Well,
sexual access. I don't think it has to do about leadership.
Sure. In that facet, I agree with you, right? But nonetheless, if there's no demand, there is no access, supply, anything in between.
I mean, there are virtuous women out there. A lot of people believe they're not out there. There are virtuous women out there, straight up virgins, right? And their numbers are dwindling. I would not argue that there's a ton of them, but they're out there, coming from good families. And the thing is, hopefully these women don't make mistakes. Like, because you know what? I got a story for everybody.
Everybody sit down, please. It's story time. It's story time.
I know you're jealous of my sound effects, Marine.
I mean, I could probably figure it out, but I don't. So yes, for the moment, I am.
It's real easy, man. It's not, it's not like it's hard. It's real easy, but I got some cool sound effects. But anyway,
yeah.
I'm in Southern California. And I'm living at this, high-end property. It was a rental place. It's like Marina Del Rey, California, right? Yeah, Uncle Saint's bougie when he can be. And the property management team had a woman in the office who was just kind of like secretary, run errands type thing. Beautiful young woman. Head to toe, beautiful, blonde, hazel eyes, fit. This was, God, man, this was years and years ago. This was early 2000s. Beautiful woman. Came from a home with mom and dad, very successful home, very traditional. You could tell values. She was God-fearing. She ate her fucking vegetables, that type shit, right? Didn't go out, didn't party, but she wanted to get away from the house. She wanted to get out there and see what the real world was like. And her parents allowed her, helped her get this place, set her up real nice, have friends around her. Right? So cool. It was a pleasure just to see this woman and talk to her. Well, she fell for this dude, right? They always fell for some dude. They fall for some dude, right? Drives an M3. Handsome
shit,
fella.
M3.
M3, yeah. One of you type motherfuckers.
Now you talking about language?
Yeah, right. Manual. M3 manual, bro.
Manual.
Like brand new.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
A dude who he was in Hollywood to become a star because in his small puddle, little pond he lives in, he was like the big shit there. So he came to LA. Of course, I'm gonna be the big shit. He was gonna be the next big actor, the next Brad Pitt, whatever. Same deal. His parents, religious, took care of him, athlete, all that other kind of crap. Got to put him in a nice place, right? So he starts messing around with her. I was shocked that she would even, talk to this dude. But I understand game, and dude had plenty of it, right? So I'm like, all right, I get it. Game is game. It is what it is. I hope she doesn't get hurt too bad in this deal. Well, turns out that this guy, because he was out there getting his 50 bodies or whatever, doing his slaying or whatever, not being careful or cautious with it, he wound up giving her something. He gave her the gift that just keeps on giving. Not AIDS. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fuck. Oh,
and she went back home, right? She went back to the crib, and it changed her life forever.
Yeah, well,
and that's a sad story, and that's a harsh lesson to learn. But her mom and dad knew that she was out there with the wolves, and she managed to link up with the wrong wolf, and it cost her dearly. Poor thing. And that and changed her profoundly, changed the woman completely. I noticed that I saw the change. I saw the light get snuffed out. I saw it. It's horrible. To your point, Based. To your point, it's like, damn, but you know what? She was the one who gave permission for the wolf to enter. Literally.
Yeah, gave permission to be submissive. Hey, Nightish, I saw you earlier today or yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah. And I was thinking when I saw you, I was like, where did I see him from? Have we been on a panel before or something?
I don't know. Maybe. I've been going all around these YouTube streets.
Yeah, and Brother Nightish has been, he's blessed me with his presence since I got started. One of my day ones. Shout out to you, brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So what's your take on what we talking about right here, man? You know,
I just came in. I was trying to see if I can catch. So I just heard this story about the lady, and that's the thing, right? Dracula, you have to let him in the house, right?
You gotta let him in. You gotta let the vampire in.
And they're more susceptible to that dark triad. So maybe that's the sexy thing about it, that they don't like boredom.
And let me ask you this: who is responsible in this story that I just told? Who is more responsible in that story, the man or the woman?
Always.
I knew you were gonna say that, but I asked Brother Knight. That's why I was trying to. Yeah.
You knew the truth, of course. Yeah.
Well, historically, that's what they do, right? It doesn't matter what they do. We have one of these people in the space that say that women are like children, right? So it's at the end of the day, if we're the so-called de facto leaders, no matter what, the buck stops at us.
So you agree with Brother Bass in that sense that at the end of the day, it's still the man who's ultimately responsible?
No, not really. And not to make it a race thing, but the community we come from, Big Mama really runs everything. So when you're looking for egalitarianism and you have equal rights, maybe not the same outcomes, you have to say that you have to pull up your big girl panties and accept that you made a choice to bring Dracula in.
And I'm more on that side of the fence there, Bass. I hear where Bass is coming from. And in a perfect world, if we did have the world where men took ultimate responsibility, then I'd be, like, yeah, man, that's just 100% on board, whatever. But in this world, women control access. Like you said, women have to, they got to let the vampire in. Brother Cody is saying the cow has already been slayed. Bass, no need to blame the hungry for eating the steak. It is what it is. And there is a difference
so
between
power doesn't bring responsibility. I'm wrong.
No. Powerful men love their women and they gave them this opportunity, right? So when the men, because at the end of the day, men create societies, right? And they created an environment where these women have this power. You can't give them power and half of the workforce is given to them, and then it's corporation that'll fund them. Then they have all kind of ways where they can destabilize you, and then somehow still say no, they're innocent. They don't know what
I don't
doing.
understand. No. I mean, I agree with parts of your details, but what is your overall point? Like, what is the disagreement? I guess with me,
it doesn't stop at us anymore. If we were back when they couldn't vote and they couldn't do anything else, then I would agree with you also.
No, but hold up. Who enforces that right to vote today, right here, right now? Who enforces it?
The men gave the women that power. Isn't that what feminism and all that other stuff?
I'm asking who is, not past tense, present. Who enforces it?
I don't think it's about that. I think that they have the power.
No, I'm asking though, who enforces that right?
Men enforce it for them to have the power. So that power is there based on the might of certain men, particular men.
Right.
And that group of men that you're talking about is a minority of men.
Let me play devil's advocate, Bass. Let me play devil's advocate to you, Bass. Because I'm with you. I'm like, well, the power that women have, men do enforce. I mean, and that Brother Knightish, I think, is on the same page here too, as well. But if men could women enforce and defend their own right? Could women do it? And I would say yes, they could.
No,
if no one stood up to them.
If no men, that means half of society gone. So I hear you, but that's a far off example. That's saying if all men and only men were removed from society, then yes, to your point. But that's not reality.
The reality is that woman that's smaller than you, that need that man, those men are telling the majority of men, you're going to listen and go along with it, or there's consequences that could be devastating, right? I'm going to listen, she can punch you, beat up on you, and do all other stuff. And if you do anything back, why are you doing that to that woman?
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, and that's because that minority of men are going to come and impose great damage and harm to you, financially, physically, or whatever other way.
You mean the like the politics, family court, divorce court, police, that type
yeah.
of thing?
Politics, family, divorce
Okay.
court,
No, I
police, her
agree with
daddy,
you.
her brother,
I
her cousin,
I
her last
agree with you
lover.
though. But men know that, should know that, need to know that before moving into a relationship, because once they move in, let's say they have the woman move in with them, you put yourself in a major potential liability. Therefore,
So then they're dangerous. So the women are dangerous.
well, potentially. I said
Yeah.
potential liability.
Right. So
yes,
the
to
women
that
are
point, they're
dangerous because
dangerous.
those. Right. So the women are dangerous because the backup they got.
No, women aren't dangerous because of the backup per se, but they are. Well,
It's a
You got
crazy.
you have no fault divorce, right? Where there
Yeah.
is no fault. So what does she start doing? She's going to stop sleeping with you. She's not going to clean anymore. She's going to
right, but you
constantly be
need to know
gone.
that before it happens.
So then
if
that's a
you're
fear-based
moving.
relationship then.
The basis.
No, I'm saying
because
that
they
you'll
fear
always
the
be,
laws. They
you're
fear the
always
laws.
concerned about the other shoe to drop.
Right. You
It's
don't
based
want to
on
get
a
the
whim.
dump. You don't want to get the clip dumped on you.
Yes.
I
Right.
agree. I'm
So,
just
like,
saying that if men know that and recognize it, they move in a certain way with that understanding to use good judgments to minimize the chances of that happening.
So you can vet the whims of a woman?
well, hold on. You
can
know why I'm
vet
laughing?
women over time.
You know why I'm laughing? Because I'm like, I'm hearing what you just said come from a Marine. This is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. You know what I mean, base? Because the Marines are like, y'all get trained on this shit. Stay away from the strippers, right? Y'all get it's in Marine Corps doctrine.
Yeah.
So I just think like this is hilarious. But this is where Brother Bass and I kind of, come away from the point. Like I'm no longer with you on this point, right? It's because
What the fuck?
only on this part of just the part of
I'm joking. Go on.
yeah, I know, but just this part right here with the ultimate responsibility. I'm still with a women control sexual access, men control relationships, and even if you tell men, which is what we're doing, and this is why dating has changed so much. Like this variant, like the dating of old is dead, and it's a new way of doing business. Even when you tell guys, "Hey, man, look out for this, look out for that. Here are the traps." Hey, you get a prenup that might not hold up. You even when you tell them all this, they still choose to go after that Foxy Brown. You know what I mean? That Punani, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? They still choose to go after him, and they still get wrecked. At least in this country. So
Because
that's
the
where
creator made that. The creator made that thing. It's what's that? It's Maslow hierarchy, right?
Mhm.
Sex is in there. What, twice?
Say twice.
I think so. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Brother Templar, I gotta before I show the one he just put in, but this one right here, like you got a bag of sweets in a white van, bro. When I was telling my story, it was like Templar be saying some shit, y'all. Templar be saying some shit, y'all. But that's where, but based, I hear where you're coming from, and that would be great if we could somehow get back to that, or somehow as a society figure out how to. Oh, go ahead.
What do you mean by this would be great? I'm only describing reality. Like what do you mean like this would be great?
The responsibility, if men understood, fully accepted, and changed the current laws or the way laws are interpreted to reflect that responsibility. I think it would be good if men did that. I mean, and I guess in that is be responsible enough to stay away from these loose women. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, I agree. But what I'm getting at is if men were that, then laws wouldn't necessarily be changed to reflect that. The laws that exist today are merely a reflection of society. We have let it, allowed it, made it, etc.
Based on what?
What do you mean based on what?
Based on what?
The laws being a reflection of society? Well, the laws are based on society. That's what I'm saying. Our sentiments
but because
are
men love women so much, they allow them so many. The pendulum used to be too far this way. So their
Yeah.
response is to take it too far that way.
Yeah,
And we need
well,
to
I
find
agree.
some sweet spot. But the
Yeah.
men allowed it to go too far this way.
Agreed. I agree with you.
So I mean, yes, we could blame ourselves, but women have said, if you give us an inch, we'll take a mile.
Agreed.
Dudes have said that too. People will do that.
Well, people, but I think leaning more towards what Nightish says, leaning more towards women, I mean, kind of like children, giving them an inch, they take a mile, right?
Mm-hmm. But I just, because when I hear you, like, and like I said, we're pretty much there. It's just that last mile. It's like, the responsibility. I can't.
Well, what? I mean, let's get into it. I'm here.
Because well, maybe we're headed towards that way. Maybe that's what these platforms like YouTube and this technology is allowing
we're
people
headed
to do.
to become unis. That's where the U.S. is headed, to become unis. We're all the same. Men, women, who cares? Male, female, doesn't matter.
We need to care. The men need to care.
Right, exactly. So I'm simply pointing out distinguishments, right?
But
that
can't we
be
say
taken as attacks? They should be taken as true if they're true.
Because we're with you there, but caring and men wanting to care and men trying to do something. Can you say that these spaces, no matter how crazy or whatever, like YouTube and all these different variants, men are looking for these answers, and some of these dudes are doing the work and taking the responsibility.
Sure. All I'm getting at is that the people getting cut the worst, the males, men, whatever, getting cut the worst are the weakest.
Yeah.
The strongest
we agree.
aren't allowing that to happen through discretion, through discernment, however it be. I'm not advocating this, you already know, but she's a hoe. Then put her in that place, which to me would be nowhere, but for you might be tonight.
Well, yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Now that I'm older, I'm not even, I mean, that's why I'm here doing this. I'm not at all impressed with what's going on. Even though it's easy to get these women out here, you can knock them off easily. I don't want to deal with that. I'm like you. Like I just don't want to deal with it. It's not worth it. Brother Cody, like weak men and evil women are in leadership positions and refuse to leave. Politicians, for example. This is because honest men and women do not normally seek that level of power and control. So what Based is saying, if the honest men and virtuous women and honest women take control, then I think we'll be in a giant step in the right direction, going, to what Based is saying. Because, bro, I want to be clear here. I'm 100% agreement with you. It's just that last little bit. It's like, man, we haven't seen it yet, but maybe we'll get there.
Well, look, I'm simply talking about ultimate accountability in terms of if you're a man, and all three of us, I assume, correct me if I'm wrong, have gone through some fuck shit, like some bad, dumb bullshit. And at the end of the day, well, in the beginning of the day, we want to say, if you're like me, well, it's his fault, her fault, family's fault, whoever's fault. But at the end of the day, once you are a man, it is your fault. You did it or you allowed it, right? You let it happen. You could have been better. In retrospect, in the future, you won't make that mistake again.
Hopefully.
Well, I think it's more either women rigged the game or daddy raised the princess.
Well,
he set the standard so high, and then he gave her. I've seen this before in a family. The sister's a little bit older than her little brother. I think the sister's like 8, the brother's like 5, and the sister's just whacking her little brother, beating him up privately, and then dad sees the 5-year-old and is like, "What's happening? What's going on here?" And he's explaining that his sister is hitting him and doing this other stuff. But his father told him earlier, you don't hit your sister. But then when he saw his son beat up like this, Rampage Jackson told a similar story. His father saw him one day all scratched up and beat up. He's like, "What happened to you?" And he said, "You told me not to hit my sister back." That's what's happening in society. These women got all this power. They know they got it, and it's based on their whim. How do they feel about you today?
You know where I think there's a change now? Everything you said, I agree with. Now you got dudes who didn't have a man to say, don't hit that girl.
A father, brother,
right? Or whoever,
something.
there was no
Yeah.
male influence.
Yeah.
And now that grown ass man now believes everything society's saying. We're equal. She's equal to me. We're the same.
Sure.
And then he swings on her like a man. And then you quickly see that nope, you're not the same. And we see that in sports. We see that with this whole gender thing. And eventually this thing is gonna unravel. Right.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
can't, it's
Of
gonna
course.
unravel.
Yeah,
But
no, you're right.
yeah, and back to Bae's point, if we get to a point where men take command and let young boys and young men understand that they are ultimately responsible, like he said, like when I went through the drama I went through, I looked in the mirror and like, it's your fault. It's no one else's fault. It's not society's fault. I'm not mad at the judge in the family court. I ain't mad at the attorneys. I ain't mad at this, that, and the third. That's what I get for running up in that 304. And I knew she was a problem. She had a legion of red flags. I'm talking about communist red flags, deep red. It's my fault. I did that. Right. But a lot of guys don't do that. At the end of the day, though, when it comes to back to the whole purpose of this show today, we wanted to talk about the dating game. Women are just letting it out, bro. Like, if a dude he gets fixed, right? He ain't got to worry about the pregnancy thing. All he got to worry about is getting herpes and worse. He's still going to run out there and smash.
He probably going to get herpes and worse.
He probably will. If he runs the numbers up enough, he probably will. But he's still going to go do that. Like, I mean, and it's crazy. We see these women. I've never seen women sexualizing themselves to the degree that they do now, ever in my life. Like you always had the hoes, you always had the loose girls, chicken heads or whatever, but you didn't have it in the nice neighborhoods like the good girls are doing it.
Let me explain why. Right?
Go ahead.
I mean, just because you're presenting this as a problem, right? So why do you think women today, more scantily dressed, looking, hoary, skanky, whatever you want to put it as? Well, the reason is, it's very, very simple. Look at men. Men overall have become weaker to the degree that most women, even if they are skanks, even if they're great, whatever they are, have a harder time finding a good man because they are less out there. It just is. Therefore, they're looking for, because they can't find, quote unquote, real love, they're looking for fake love, emotional love, i.e., the dude who's just banged them in the back of the caravan, right? Like just the bullshit fuck boy, fresh, right? No, but whoever it is,
God damn it.
they are looking for the short term.
So the boyfriend experience, not a real boyfriend. So they ready for the robots.
Yes. Yeah, in a sense, right.
But see, don't strong men make softer times and softer times make soft men?
Exactly. You are exactly correct. Yes.
And soft men, they make bad times and then
Nightish.
Bad times
I
make-
like
yes,
you more
I know.
by the moment. I knew you last night, but now I know you.
So yeah, because like I said, like in because before we get off this stream, we got to talk about where dating is now, where it's going to be in the future, because that's the title of the stream. But this was a great conversation. With people not being willing to take responsibility for their actions, men or women or both, whatever, society is rule.
Yeah.
This is why we're here. I mean, even brother, like what D Mac is saying, he was like, man, let's keep it real, gentlemen. The situation is out of control. And there are a new crop of younger generation is totally out of control. We need a reset,
Agreed.
and
Agreed.
yeah, we do. We need a reset.
Well,
man,
to
this-
Nightish's point, that reset will come based on the pendulum when things get hard, quote unquote, hard again.
So for now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have I guess AI motivated robots, because if women have torsos, it's made of silicone that they're jumping up and down on because they
God.
are into their toys. The robots would be perfectly fine for them based on how much money they have. So You have those women that we see sitting in groups that are well paid, making
Yeah.
6 figures or better, that'll get ready to buy their robot, and they'll just, do whatever they do with their robot, freeze their eggs, make their baby be 6 feet,
They'll
green
try to
eyes,
find a
long hair.
cope. Yes, a cope, some kind of cope or multiple cope around the problem, the
Yes.
actual issue.
I hope we tackle this issue before the sex on androids get here, because the women and men will not come together at that point. Like, society will have to get eggs and sperm and make babies and somehow give them to folks to raise. Maybe put them in some sort of, I don't know, some little world that's where
Yeah,
humans
the
are going to raise them.
robots will raise them.
The robots
Yeah.
might have to raise them, bro. Because if we
Yeah.
get to that point, if a guy can get the woman of his dreams, order her in a catalog and have it created, man, that's what he's gonna do. And I have to deal with all the
I
other
know
stuff.
20 years ago on Howard Stern, they brought the real doll there. She
Mhm.
was still some kind of rubber where she wasn't cold, and it almost looked real. Now you put robotics in that, and it can move around and talk and get sentient where you feel kind of like it's whatever. And they got them walking around China, wherever else. It's just, are people there? I thought we saw a picture not too long ago with Elon Musk with his real doll.
It's coming. I think it might be 3 generations away. I'm talking about iterations, like within that company. They're really, really close. And if it's pirate, we already see that AI driven, OF accounts and AI driven girlfriends are already putting real women out of work.
Apparently.
That sort of work. And
Yeah.
or guys are just, they can't even tell the difference. And they don't care. Even after you tell them, they don't care. So
They
you
don't,
put that,
yeah.
my God, you put that inside of an Android that's real, like it feels real enough, man, and it can clean itself. It's self-cleaning. Oh, bro.
Self-cleaning. I mean, yeah. I mean,
And that might be right. That's the mic drop right there, dear.
yeah. That was,
What do you
all right,
say after
end
that?
stream. Yeah, okay.
My goodness.
Hey, bro, dudes just want to bust them, man. They just want to bust nuts. And then you got that AI power that thing is going to tell you exactly what you want to hear and be right there and never forget nothing and never nag you and cook. I mean, it's making you sandwiches. Oh, my goodness. And it's cleaning itself.
Sandwich is...
Sandwich.
I know this is going to sound kind of whatever, but look, your instinct. Let's say there was a whatever hotness level, whatever avatar you want to put on it, woman that was an AI robot. Your instinct, right? She's coming to your house. She's just so interested in you. Your instinct will tell you it's not real. Your instinct is always correct.
My instinct
The
is gonna
way
say she
men are
came to get
broken
this.
nowadays and sad nowadays and can't deal with actual women nowadays,
They will
I think
overrule it. Yeah,
Yep.
you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, no, I agree with
as,
you.
as much
yeah.
as men go through just in regular marriages, lack of sex, lack
Yeah.
of communication, lack of physical touch, but they're still being there to be dutiful. Let's stay together for the kids, and it's miserable every day. They gotta go to the bar before they walk in the house because they know soon as they see her, it's a.
So DL, let me go back, not to interrupt you, Nightish, but you remember a few moments ago when I said that I will only deal with women chasing after me? And it's
Yes.
kind of like, oh, well, I don't know. Not that you're saying that, but just in general.
Yes.
Right? Given, well, men are supposed to lead, no doubt. But in today's day and age, would you accept anything less than a woman hard chasing after you in this climate, knowing the laws, knowing what is, the accountability, the response? Do you see what I'm getting at, kind of, without opening up a little more?
I'm 100% on board with that, bro. Like, if I'm looking at a woman, again, what did I say when you made that statement? I'm like, what's the mission? If the mission is for a long-term relationship, right? Yeah, she's gotta be coming at me. I've said this forever, and I'll continue to say this. When relationships aren't equal, everyone thinks it's equal. The person who's willing to walk away is the person with the leverage. What does that mean? That means the other person is chasing them.
Yeah.
Right. Dr. Ryan Terabin, yes.
If you're the man, right? If you are a man and you're not willing to walk away, and you're not married, right? So assuming you're not married and you're not willing to walk away, good luck. Good luck.
It's not going to work for you. Dr.
Yeah,
Terabin talks
good
about
luck.
this. He calls it the adorer and the adored, right? I mean, everyone's been talking about, I've been talking about this for years. I didn't go to school. I don't have any letters behind my name. People are like, well, how did you come to this conclusion? Just by watching. Just by watching. You ain't never heard of an asshole dude.
Yeah.
Right. You've never heard of an asshole dude sitting at the bar like that guy you met a few days ago crying about his girl leaving him. That asshole dude didn't give a shit. Get the fuck on, bitch. He don't care.
Yeah.
Right. And those are the dudes that never have these issues.
Right.
Nidus, what's your take on it? Let Nidus jump in real quick.
I agree with you.
Mm.
You know, a lot of guys and people don't like this, but that's the fascination of most men with so-called pimps, right? Is how is it that he has that power there to get her to do all this stuff, and I can't get this woman to be quiet or get from in front of the TV while I'm watching the game?
Right. Or make me a
And
sandwich.
you're protecting and providing and doing all the stuff you're supposed to do, but she just don't respect you.
Yes.
Yeah. And Bass ain't gonna like this, but fresh and fit, Myron Gaines. What do they say? You got to have a woman that's chasing you for your validation and attention. Like she's gonna be so busy chasing you, she ain't got time to be dealing with all the little bullshit, all the extra distractions out there. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the same thing.
Like a daisy. Yeah. So
God damn you, Marine.
Yeah, don't even bother. No, so I agree with both of your sentiments. And all I'm pointing out, all I'm saying is men, people, whatever, do whatever the fuck you want. Obviously, people do. But if you're looking at reality and you don't abide by reality, feel the consequence. You're going to. Guaranteed. And you know that, DL, and I know that, and I can judge by Nightish. He know it too.
Yep, facts, man. I mean, so the topic of tonight's conversation, dating. We're gonna start with Nightish, brother Nightish. Do you what is your take on dating right now, and what is what do you believe is the future of dating right now? And before you go, I just want to give brother D Mac Don DeMarco a shout out for the super chat. $20 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. I really do. That's going straight to my hookers and cocaine fund, man. I appreciate that. I'm just playing. It was like an old African proverb: pursue what they pursue and they will pursue you. You can apply this to a lot of aspects in life. Yeah. There you go, right there in the back chat. Captain Huge Cock, bro. Is that one of yours, Base?
No, I don't know who that is. No.
All right. Oh, I know who that is. His brother Cody is king in the building, man. The fuck is wrong with you, Cody?
What's going on, boys? How you doing?
All right, so we're gonna start with brother Nightish. What's your take on dating right now, dating today, and what do you think the future of dating holds for us here in the West?
I think dating is a game, and if you're not prepared for the game, you need to stay out of it.
Damn, facts. And we're gonna let Cody go. I'm not gonna say his name because there's some gay. You can't know Diddy your way out of that one. I'm just saying, you can't know Diddy your way out of.
I mean, it's messy right now, but I think we've seen the pendulum swing so far that like I've said this a couple of years ago, that I think it is on the return. And to be honest, like you're seeing it all over social media. There's a massive push for more, let's say, moral values, a lot more religious content, which is and isn't good. I think that what they strive to achieve with it is good, but I think a lot of it's manipulation to try to corral people.
That's what's up. Brother Nightish had to go because we had a guy came up here with Captain Hughes.
Got scared of my.
Nah, he had to go though. He just jumped in. He had other platforms to go to. And brother Based, what's your take on it?
Yeah, I liked what Cody said. I don't have any disagreement, but what's a? I mean, look, DL, you know the frame of the question and what he said. What's a disconnect? Like, where would you see a like? Ask your question in a different way.
Well,
Where's the future of it going?
where's the
Updated.
future of it going? That's the second half of it. Like, well, where do we see the future? So, and I'll start. I'll just because I got us on a 3-shot right here. I think that right now, people say that dating is chivalry is dead and dating is gone, right? And like I said at the very beginning, it's kind of like that Monty Python's Holy Grail joke. You know, I'm not quite dead yet. I'm getting better. I think I'll go for a walk, kind of thing. I don't think dating's going anywhere. Of course, it's not. I think we are in the process of. There are guys who are like, you know what? I'm not going to fuck with this anymore. They're leaving MGTOW.
Yeah.
There are guys out there, the black pill guys. It doesn't matter, because they're afraid to try, like the lasagna kid, and they're going to be gone, right? Black pill, and then you're going to have those guys who are left. You're like, you know what? I am going to go ahead and do the work. I'm going to get into the gym, build my body up. I'm going to understand female nature and understand human nature and get a little bit of game. And I'm going to see if I can't get out here and reproduce, right? And I think it's going to settle. It's going to settle to where women are going to be going after maybe the top 30, 40% of guys, right? I think it's going to be a bigger pool, but still not big enough. And these guys are going to be doing what Based is saying. And they're going to be like, look, I'm ultimately responsible. If this shit goes tits up, it's my fault. And they're going to be very, very picky. And I think women are going to come away from this boss babe feminist thing, and they're going to morph into something else, irregardless of what they really feel. They're going to morph into something else so they can get a man, because they really don't want dudes to be cool with androids. Women don't want robots, right? That's just the end of the day. They don't want robots, but dudes will be cool with androids. So that's where I think that's what I'm thinking.
So the future, really, at this standpoint, this trajectory, based on today, is that we all end up being fucking unis. Men, women, all the same, all the same. No distinguishment other than that god-awful, pun intended, God, orifice, penis or vagina that you were born with. Other than that, we all the same. So that's where things are going. And here's how it works, right? Nobody is alpha. Nobody is beta. There's no masculine. There's no feminine. These are placeholders. And as we get further along, like today, they're becoming so close that people can't distinguish. Therefore, what's a woman? What's a man? I don't know. Who knows? It's how you feel. Bullshit. Right? So that's where we're going based on today. So as per dating, good luck. Most men and women, the women, I mean, she'll probably feel like, oh, I'm the prize type of shit. And the dude, he's, what can I do for you, dear? I'll do anything type of shit. And the men who are like, I'm not fucking with that, they'll be single or, I guess, banging the women who kind of in cognitive dissonance are like, oh, I want a beta man, right? How many women? I want a beta man. That's what I'd like.
It's the propaganda.
You do until you get it, and then you're like, oh no, I don't want this.
Yeah.
Oh my
Everything
God.
they complain about is what they asked for.
Yeah. It's what they asked for. This is Based, right? And this is from my favorite Space Marine movie.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do?
That's how Based feels about it.
I mean,
Brother,
look, did I fuck it up or did I say it,
bro, you making sense to me, man. I can see it. I hope it doesn't get there, but I can see it. Wonderful 34's in the building. What's good, fam? Go ahead,
Here's
Cody.
a question for both of you. What percentage of men and women, let's say of still breedable age, is going to wind up with a happily ever after? What do you figure?
Less than 10. Probably less than 5%.
Yeah.
25%.
You're probably not going to be as, exactly, yeah, you're probably not going to be as harsh on that. Because
25%.
in theory, if they could, settle for less than they are programmed to think that they deserve at the moment in the West, then there's a chance, right? But I would say, I think based is probably a little bit closer to what it actually turns out of it, is if we think of people being actually happy with the results that they're going to end up with, especially with just how fucked up everything is now. And why I say like the happily ever after is because like I think a lot of guys and a lot of women are too far gone. Like it's too late.
Yeah,
it really is. Like you got delusional women in their 50s still spouting the same thing and still depressed and upset and confused as to why it's going on, and they're still spouting the same feminist nonsense.
Why me?
And there's still the loser simp guy who's been fucking married and divorced 5, 6, 7 times. He's still getting walked over, complete fucking idiot. And it refuses to change his behavior at all too. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of these toys and a lot of these let's call them poisoned, propagandized women, and I think a lot of them are screwed, man.
I mean, that's a fucking. I agree with you there, brother. D Mac has a good point. If you have everything a woman wants, trying to attract a woman will be the last thing on your mind, right? And those guys at the top, guys at the top, they don't even give a shit. Those guys at the top, they're not even really watching this shit. You know what I mean? They're looking at it like, yeah, bro, whatever. You know what I mean? But the guys at the bottom,
who cares?
It's who cares. But let me ask you this, Cody. Will the government get involved at some point because the birth rate is going to be so fucking low?
Already have been, buddy.
Yeah, I was
have been for a while.
Yes,
have been for a while, man.
Yep.
Educate me, gentlemen.
There's lots of countries that are importing people for the specific reason of breeding. Not to mention, it's incentivized but it's incentivized for the lowest, let's say, class of the populace, right? That's who's getting rewarded with child care benefits and all this extra shit, and especially the new arrivals, the immigrants, which is the debt-based chattel being delivered to the United States as payment of debt, which are going to be the new slave labor, basically, because they're going to be working for far less than what should be being paid to people normally to do that wage in the economy. They're going to be doing it for less, and the government brings that in, and they're going to be popping out babies like crazy, just due to all the extra laws and policies that got following them in there.
Based?
I mean, you also got like governments pushing, birth control on and puberty blockers in kids in schools. It's like the native populace they're trying to fucking sterilize. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Not half intentionally. It seems like fully intentionally, at least for the most part, unless you can afford to not have that happen to you.
Cody is going into the nuance, and I don't disagree with his nuance. I actually don't care about the nuance. With that said, what he is saying, what he's getting at, completely true. I mean, in terms of, it's very obvious. And when I say we, I mean the government, society, aligning with allowing, dividing the family structure, poisoning the people, men and women differently but similarly, some overlap, and we're leading to exactly what he's talking about. So yeah, I'm on board. I co-sign. Unfortunately, by the way.
Man, that's crazy. Go ahead, Cody.
I was just gonna say it's disappointing, but it's an unfortunate reality that's quite evident. There are some countries that you cannot see the advertisements on YouTube, even like Japan, for example. They're trying to bring in fucking anybody because they realize now how badly they fucked up, because they did a lot of the stuff that we've been pushing in the West. They were doing that too. Like the West imposed that upon them after the war. A lot of that.
Right.
And brother D-Mac fucked them up, man.
Yeah. And brother D-Mac
they're trying to import people to breed now. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. That was the point. Because I'm glad you put that last bit in. I'm sorry if I kept trying to double dutch my way in that joint. Oh shit, no diddy. Immigration is being used as a buffer against a low birth rate, which is to your point. Like, we're letting people in because Americans aren't having babies, so let's bring in people who are having babies or have babies already.
But why aren't people having babies, They
can't afford it, and they're afraid of the system.
And the overall mental state is that everything fucking sucks and life is scary, and you
Yeah,
can't
but
walk
hold
down
up,
the street and
DL
get robbed or raped, right?
DL was totally wrong though when he said they can't afford it. The lower class having all the babies.
Right, but
So
they
you
can't
can't say
afford
they
it
can't
because
afford.
they're
Well, no, I
rewarded,
agree.
though.
Objectively, I agree with you, but
If
that
you're a
could be
working
the
person-
reason because they're doing it.
If you're a working, respectable person and you're not trying to farm kids for let's say benefits, and you actually plan to put a lot of your resources into that to properly raise that child,
right?
And you want to do that well, fuck, you're going to be at the end of your strings. You know what I mean? If you can.
But here's the thing: most people don't even think about what you just said. Doing it well, that's not even a thought. Like, oh, if I have a baby, I have a baby. They're not thinking about if it's good.
I agree. A lot of people think they're trinkets.
Right.
We got brother Marcus with us. We got another fucking devil dog.
Oh shit! Another cranny.
Oh my god, man!
What the fuck? No. But hold up. Is he opposed or infantry?
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
I just want these Marines to feel comfortable.
Wait. You never gave me that. What the fuck, DL?
I told you got to earn some shit, Marine.
What the fuck? If I didn't earn shit, who the fuck did?
Brother Marcus, welcome.
So
man.
Marcus, what's
up?
your MOS?
I was at 1812 and I was 0331.
0331. Okay, I was an 0341.
Right on.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, bro. And Semper Fi.
You too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Airborne.
Yeah, well, Army,
Don't ruin it, DL.
We had a good thing going, and then I had thrown that airborne shit.
Yeah, that was fucked.
Yeah.
Brother
No, I'm
Marcus,
kidding,
what's your take? What's your take on dating? Right? What's your take on dating now, and where do you think dating will be in the future?
I think you're talking about the general landscape for the people that are trying to date or trying to find a
general landscape where we are with with all the different pills, with the feminists, the different colored hairs, or traditionalists, like dating as a whole in America, where it is today in the West, and where you think is going to be in the future.
I think right now people are just in the mindset of trying not to get hurt or trying not to feel the repercussions of the negative sides of a bad relationship, how badly it ends, or how bad a divorce could go, or how bad separation could go, or all the aboves, which are actual possibilities and probabilities. But it's also depending on the landscape of dating with intentions, right? A lot of times people are just going with the flow, but not actually going with intentions. Or like people were saying right now earlier, the two gens were saying about how having kids without just not really having a plan. And I'm one of the ones that firmly believes that if you want to have kids, I think you should have a plan. You shouldn't just, go about it and then not actually have a structure. What if you're still struggling, or what if you're barely making ends meet, or what if you and then you want to add another child into the world, but when it comes to the whole dating relationship thing, I think it's kind of like those videos of Jubilee where they're trying to speed date people, and the person just wants to press the next button to not be the person that ends up being the button pressed on for to, get eliminated. It's kind of like, but in a whole different landscape when it comes to dating, and people don't want to take the proper steps. I get it. People want to smash, and people want to it's that carnal in us to breed and be intimate with each other and stuff like that. And just, hey, I'll find you attractive, you find me attractive. Would you go out 2 or 3 dates and hopefully we'll smash, and maybe from there we'll go on and build something. Who knows? But it's hookup culture. It's the fact that it's the dopamine levels of that individual selfish gratification first. And I think people need to understand that it takes a village to raise a child, same as it takes one to, damage one, depending on the people who are there. And
so you think there's no future for dating as we know it? You think there's no future?
I think the moment that what we're going at, the rate that we're going at right now with social media and all this technology and AI and people not even being actually contacting each other, and then actually being outside and all that stuff, I think is going to get worse, because it's going to teach us to not be around each other. It's going to teach us to be individuals too much and be in our caves, or be inside and not outside more, and not interact with each other. And guys are afraid of just getting fake Me Too or something like that. And then there's the women that are scared that maybe a guy will, do something to them. And and they'll catch the wrong signal and stuff like that, or you know, even being mislabeled or something like that. Like all these weird buzzwords and all these moments of fear in society and dating and stuff like that. Like you see all this stuff happening. Like, you know, just look at what happened with the whole situation with FNF, you know, like and that Daisy chick, you know, and people say whatever they want to say, but you know, what a coincidence, things like that happen, and people want to avoid situations. Yeah, you know, like I don't mind. Hey, I'm not going to argue that, and I'm also not going to argue the fact that, you know, it's irresponsible on that end. It's also irresponsible, I thought, on you know, Fresh to be smart on what he does too, because like, that's the risk.
But who more?
Well, if you're going to say that the woman is the one that has the full body and full responsibility, sure, it could be the woman. But
no,
then
I'm not saying that.
But as the guy
not saying that.
Based. If you can, how do I say this? If you are at a party and you got your mouth open, right, and you let some chick spit in your mouth.
No.
Who is more responsible, bro?
It's already
you let her do it.
Impossible.
But you sitting there with your mouth wide open for somebody else's bodily fluids to come in there, bro.
You making shit up now. No, but look, I like a lot of majority of what Mark just said. I really do. But
some Marine Corps indoctrination shit going on there, because I think you guys, and I'm just joking, that was a joke, but I believe that Brother Marcus and Brother Based are on the same page with the responsibility. Like, and I'm more on Cody's side of this, because it's like I don't believe that it's solely the male's responsibility.
Nobody said solely.
Oh no, I didn't say that, deal. I wasn't trying to say.
We're saying mostly the females.
Mostly. It's on the men in terms of power, accountability. It always has, always will be.
But is it though based? I would say women have extreme amounts of power over men.
Well,
as long as they know how to use it properly.
Where do they get it from? Who enforces it? Don't think about the past. Think about right now, this moment. Who enforces
I don't mean that way. I mean in manipulation. Whether they're feminine wiles or even social manipulation. Sure. But
I agree.
I would say that they have such an ability, some do at least, to control men so flawlessly that's more powerful than
I
don't know.
Well, I would say manipulate, but not control. In terms of men have the ultimate amount of power in the hierarchy of men, women, children. So if a man gets duped, and I've been duped, right? I think we've all been duped. If you don't say you've been duped, you're a fucking liar. So with that said, if you get duped, who is that on ultimately? If you want to blame the woman, fine.
For sure, that's on you. I thought we were talking about...
You'll never grow. Right?
I thought we were talking about knocking bitches up and shit. Not bad.
Yeah, I mean...
Of course, if you get duped, that's on you. But if you get came in, bro, that's on her. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I hear you. Yeah.
And I want to make sure Brother Marcus get an opportunity to lock in exactly his thoughts on this, bro. So where does the ultimate responsibility lie in your opinion, Brother Marcus?
Again, I think it honestly depends on the individual, bro. It's on the individual, the situation. I think in this moment, like just that example that I was talking about, I don't think it's honestly like just the example that I'm saying for Fresh and Daisy, right? Just for the hypothetical, whatever. I think honestly it lands on Daisy because I think Daisy got exposed for what she did. Does Fresh understand that, hey, you know what, going in raw on some chicks, you shouldn't really be doing that at all. Like maybe you should just wear a rubber or whatever. And I'm not gonna pressure a guy to get a vasectomy either. You know what I'm saying? That's
bro,
not
who's gonna wear a rubber? Come on now, man.
You know, hey, there's guys that still wear them though, Cody. Like I agree, but hey, man, sometimes I'll have to, you know, strap on a rubber just in case, you know. But
see, but that is a bad sign though, because if you feel that badly that you're worried about this chick, that you feel you need to wear one kind of thing. I'm not saying this is the smartest thing, but the idea is if you feel that you need to, you should be wearing one with this girl. You shouldn't be fucking her. Like that's a bad sign. Like that's some trash. You know, like if you're scared to put your dick in it without a rubber fucking barrier in between, chick's not top quality, dog.
Well, no, like for me, it's like I get what you're saying on that half of that side, but the other half of me is just like, listen, for me, I just don't want to have kids right now. I don't want to be popping out kids right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have, you know, she could be on the pill or something like that. She could be wearing a patch, whatever. But I just don't want to be on the risk of getting on that end. Like she could be a cool chick to be with, but I don't want to be on that end of having to have a kid and responsibility like that. You know, that's just me. You know,
yeah. And I think moving forward, there are going to be more and more women trying to finagle themselves or baby trap or get themselves in a position, especially if the laws don't change.
They've been doing that, DL. But people that don't know, they know. Like women will do that shit in other countries, just like they have here.
Facts.
And that's been a thing for forever.
Forever. But even the women in other countries, they're taking an added chance because you get back to America and there's no legal apparatus between America and that country. She has to raise this child and put all this pressure on her family, and that could be a problem. Like she's really taking a chance.
But he pursued her in the frame of men lead, men initiate. So
Not
I
all
hear
the
what you're
time,
saying.
bro.
I don't disagree with you. I don't.
Right.
I'm just saying, look at it logically.
I feel you. And brother Marcus, just so you know, me and your brother Marine that's under you right now.
Yeah.
The way we met was on someone else's platform. Oh my God. Bro, I had on a Fresh and Fit t-shirt, man. Didn't even realize I had the fucking shirt on, bro. Man, when I tell you
what you did.
Oh my God. When I tell you it was red smoke, bro, it was this shit for real. They fucked me up. They let it go, bro. I'm like,
but you know what's funny is I'm not saying that I always agree with Fresh and Fit, but I'm not a Fresh and Fit hater. I'll agree to some of the things that they talk about. I'll take in what it is as content because I personally don't really know them. Like you've hung out with them, Dio. I haven't hung out with them, but some of the things that I do agree with what Myron does. He has his hard work ethic. He has a loyalty to his squad, which is something that's very rare to find in certain places nowadays, where loyalty is very slim to none. There is no code or honor and like that kind of shit. So that's why I'd respect Myron a hell of a lot more. And the fact that he did shit for this country that people take for granted every fucking day.
Well,
and it goes over people's heads too. You know,
That's crazy how you can keep talking with Myron's dick down your throat, dog. That's wild.
Hey, and like I said, Cody, if you were in the same boat, I would do show some respect.
Is that a Marine thing or?
No, it's just overall how I was raised. It's just overall how I was raised with certain respect. You know what I'm saying? Like just real shit. You know, like man to man talk. I get you.
Yeah.
It's because there's a difference, right? There's a difference between internet folks and people outside, real folks that get the fuck outside. Like, and this is no shade to anybody on the panel, but I've heard this before, and it's just when I unplug from this fucking shit and I go outside and I see how people move, I see the snakes and I see the real folks. You know what I'm saying? And then there's people so quick to fucking throw. There's so many people quick to throw stones at you or just judge you or just they want to look at the picture half glass full. And that's the thing. And I try to be fair and unbiased and objective as possible. And like Bay said, try to be logical, not emotional about things.
Well, if the past 5 years have taught you anything, and this goes for everybody, is that people do not like it when you break their illusion or challenge it. Right?
That's
you see this everywhere.
The ego
over the past 5 years, at least, specifically. For a lot of things, I'm going to say it like that.
Because the men, we got 4 men on this panel right now. We got some good men and good women in the chat right now. We got some people out there ninja watching, right? And the reason, like, we're laughing and we're giving each other shit. This is what men used to do all the time. You can't do that anymore, can you? In some circles, these motherfuckers are so goddamn fragile.
Yeah,
tribalistic as fuck.
Yeah. So and again, this is why I like this technology, because now it's showing some young guys like, oh damn, I can go out here and talk shit to my homeboys, and my homeboy is wrong if he cries about it and rage quits and shit like that. Like, yeah, man, he a bitch, right? You're supposed to be like them dudes.
That's right.
Right.
DL, you already know. I want Cody back on panel, but I want Marcus too. Bring him over next time we do it. Bring Marcus over. For real.
Damn, Marine, find a better way to say I want Marcus too. I mean, I heard a little bit. I heard some. You know.
Yeah, there was.
Don't do that shit, bro. Damn, don't do that, deal.
Some extra in that too.
No, that was funny. That was a pretty based.
Hey, them Cincinnati folks, they get real mad when the NFL's over. They got to do something to be entertained.
Hey, man. It was nice talking to that motherfucker, man. Oh, you going here talk about the Bengals, man? Fuck that motherfucker. Where'd he go? All right. Leave my goddamn Bengals alone.
You know what's funny?
There he goes.
I don't think DL knows that I'm a Ravens fan either.
You really got to go now, man. Let me get this motherfucker off. Hey, Pittsburgh Steelers. If you looked at Pittsburgh's schedule this year, man, somebody fucking hates the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Go look at their fucking.
I'm glad. I'm happy.
Oh, hell yeah. They got the worst fucking schedule in the league, bro. They got to play us, Cleveland, and y'all after the break, second half of the year, both games. It's not like they get to play the first half of the season. Bro, I don't know if they're going to go 500 this year. My cousin was all about that. But anyway, we're not going to talk about football.
Yeah. Anyway, when was Marcus in?
No, I was in right after high school, bro. So I went in 2012, and then I got out in 2018.
Oh shit! I got in 20. Or no, I got in 2008. I got out 2012.
All right, so right when you got out, I was getting in.
Yeah.
Shit,
for sure.
Where'd you go? Pendleton, Lejeune, Hawaii.
Yeah, I went to Camp Pendleton. Went to 29 Palms.
There we go.
I was at an Army station in Fort Benning for training for tank school, and then. For recon school, I was in San Onofre. I was Oceanside. They took us to San Onofre. Yeah, Oceanside over there. And then I went to Virginia for a little bit. And then we kind of just went on a Marine Expeditionary Unit. So I went over there.
Which one? Which MEU? I went on 31st and shit. I can't remember the other.
It'll be like this one time at band camp.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
Let's talk about the showers and shit next.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Base? They always try to make fun of us just because we went on a meal and we fucking tried to do some shower shit or something like that.
Just because we're gay.
No. Fuck out of here.
Hey, listen, Marcus, you have to subscribe to Base, bro. Jump on. I think he's gonna go live tomorrow. Jump on, bro. And look, like I say, man, it's full go over. It's full contact, man. And Marcus is a smart motherfucker, but he's another sharp Marine. He's a sharp Marine, man, and it'll be a really needed and a wanted voice over there, man. I ain't seen Brother Marcus in a minute, man. I'm so glad he's fucking here, man.
I've been around. I just you too, Cody, and nice to meet you too, Base, bro.
Yeah, you too.
Hoorah.
So go ahead, Marcus.
No, go ahead. You gonna say something, Bengal?
Yeah, I mean, you just y'all talking shit over here about what y'all doing, and I'm just every time I hear this.
Fuck you. I mean, host.
You know what? That makes me mad.
Listen, man, you gonna say some shit like that? You better put motherfucking No Diddy on there 2 times.
No, I do notice though that the passport thing has been a thing that's been raising up, and it's been around for decades, right? Like. I believe it's originally started with government and military people that were like working overseas and stuff like that, or traveling, through airlines and stuff like that, or even on ships. But the passport thing has been a thing that's been uprising, and then a lot of content creators they've been throwing a lot of stones at some of these guys too. It's like, well, I get it, like, but you got to experience it for yourself too. Like, go travel, get outside. If you got to take a tour guide, if you got to take people that have been to other countries. Just get your passport, and
now hey brother Marcus, you know what your fucking Marine brother did to me a couple of days. Was it yesterday or the day before?
Oh, here you go. Here we go. Let's go.
You know what your motherfucking brother Marine did to me? We was talking about this very fucking thing. Tell me the difference between passport bros and expats and people who just like to travel. And Base had some motherfucker screaming at the top of his fucking lungs. This motherfucker
wasn't me.
That motherfucking Base, blah. Even Cody was there, like, what the fuck is going on, bro? And you know what I mean? It's just,
Cody had a good time.
You fucking Marines.
Sounds like I would have had a great time with you.
Oh my God, this guy.
We was living it up. Yeah.
That's going to be another show, y'all. That's going to be another show because I do want to talk about passport bros. And, the guy was just he was like any guy who gets a passport and just he goes and he immerses himself in the culture. He's a passport bro. I'm like, no, he's not. That's just a motherfucker. He's a grown up. It's not a passport bro. He's just a fucking man.
Like people forget that there's a word called tourism. Like, you're a tourist. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
like, it's like so super. It's like, listen, you're either a passport bro, or you're an expat, or you're a tourist, or you're just a person trying to go and have some food, have a good time, go in a resort, go to a beach, or something like that, or get the hell out of your work life or whatever, or the stress that's going on in your real life, and you want to just take a vacation and go over, or with your boys, or with your girls, with your girlfriends, whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, Cody, Cody, what were you thinking that when we did that show, bro?
I mean, it was going okay, man. It was good. Once like the screaming for like an excessive amount of time started happening, I'm like, all right, man, what the fuck?
Hit dogs will holler.
I was being lenient. I tend to be lenient. If somebody perpetually shows to overpower, overwhelm, I will boot them. But it was his first time on. So
I don't mind the guy continuing to talk, but like screaming in my fucking ear. I'm wearing a headset, man.
Right. Shit was crazy,
but
man.
other than that, like, I have no problems with him. Or yeah, it was good.
It sounds like that guy had a problem.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he had different opinions on some shit. He was a different kind of guy, but
yeah,
I blame Base. It's that
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah. It was my bad. My bad.
It's because he's based. That's why.
he was he watches based, so it's what it
He
is.
was a psychopath automatically. No,
But dude was cool though. I mean, I could talk to dude. I mean, we just just don't let him scream. But I wouldn't mind talking to him about the passport bro thing, especially we bring brother Marcus over there. So
yeah,
I say we wrap this up, gentlemen. I appreciate you
Yes,
guys
sir.
coming up. This was a good conversation, man. I like I said, I don't think that dating is quote unquote dead and is gonna die. I just think it's changed to a point where it's unrecognizable to most people. And this shit's gonna continue. For good or for bad, we'll just have to wait and see. Last words, brother Marcus. We give you your final thoughts, bro.
Like I said, man, great show. I appreciate you letting me up. I know I haven't been on these panels as much and on your channel lately, but I've been watching, and when I don't comment, I'm just glad you're still around. You're doing all right. You're good. You're healthy. You're still kicking and breathing. And despite that flag behind you, we see eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of respect for you. Make sure to please hit the notification bell, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. You gotta be petty. Put a jab, leave a comment, question, criticism. You know what I'm saying? So support DLC, man. He's an awesome dude when he's not a Bengal fan. And then shout out to Base, Oracle, and Cody is king. Shout out to you guys because it's glad to hear from you. And Base, I'll definitely go subscribe to your channel. Cody, I think you got a channel. You got content channel. Or something?
Just what you see my name in the chat probably. I'll put it in there. It's my
I
name.
got you.
Cody is king. I don't do shit on there. It's all good.
Except brag. Yeah, I got you.
Right.
Yeah, man. Other than that, bro. Just to answer your question, dating in the future doesn't look so good. Definitely doesn't look like it's on the high end. But I do think that people are going to find alternatives. They're going to adapt just like humans do, and they're going to have to find where they fit in. So it's going to be pretty much like Lord of the Flies, I think, the more it is right now. And that's unfortunate. Not being negative, just being realistic and logical about it. So they got to get their shit together. We all do.
We all do. Appreciate that, bro. We keep it 100 over here. Appreciate you. You're always welcome over here, Devil Dog. Even when you talk shit to your senior airborne brother, Uncle Saint. You know what I mean? Brother Cody is king, man. What are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for having me up, and it's good to see everybody, including you, Marcus. Especially been a minute. I think the future is bright. I think it's extremely bright for a lot of different reasons. Like I said, I think the pendulum is swinging the other way. But even when it comes, say, to people getting false children, or not false children, but children from, let's say, another father, when you're thinking it's that, or you're thinking it's yours, I think that that's going to come to a large halt in the future. Yes, we're going to have like biological digital tyranny where everything you do, and it already is like that. Like, don't be fooled. They have all your blood samples, your DNA from all this other kind of stuff. Like even they're taking your DNA in the sewer system, believe it or not. And that's how they test for colds and populations and shit, and the flu and other diseases. But like they have all this already. But I think soon you'll be able to tell if your wife or girlfriend has ever cheated on you before or during the pregnancy, because they're going to have that DNA stored in them. And they already do that. Like, that's already scientific fact, but you're going to be able to test for that soon. You already are able to test whether the child is yours in the womb or not. I think as technology and this kind of shit advances, it's going to kind of cut back on people's ability to be deceitful and greasy. And I think people are kind of longing for a bit more of a moralistic idea for dating than what's been going around for like a decade or no, Jesus, half a century.
Decade. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for that, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I know you don't jump on a lot of panels, and I feel absolutely honored that you come on my panel. Hell, I've even had a show where I got to interview you, bro. So I am truly honored, man. Thank you so much for rocking with me, brother. Based Oracle, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah. Let me tell you, I agree with quite a bit of Marcus and Captain Hugecock Cody. I really do.
No, did he?
With that said, here's the thing on the nuance point, I guess, of Cody. In terms of technology and truth, that's really what we're talking about. I agree with the surface of what he's saying, right? With more technology, we can tell more and be less tricked, this type of thing. But the problem is we're moving further away from our innate human capabilities. You have all dealt with, I saw the red flags, I accepted the red flags, and then I felt the wrath of the red flags type of shit. My point is, your instinct will always outweigh technology. A truth detector doesn't matter. DNA sample doesn't matter. You know what the fuck you do in terms of what you affect your children, family, etc. So although I agree with Cody on the surface, I disagree in terms of it's a good thing. I think we're moving further and further away from men accepting their power, cool, and responsibility, deemed not cool. And I think that we need to embrace both and, deal with the consequences of our actions. Therefore, figure it the fuck out.
That's what here. I give you that. I will give you that, bro. Based Oracle, make sure you guys go over there and support Based Oracle, man, on his YouTube channel. Is Based Oracle. You can catch him all over the place. Same with Brother Cody is King. Same with all of our Joes. They're out there making it happen. So I just want to thank you, brothers, for coming up. I want to thank you, brothers, especially my Marine brothers right here for your service. Thank you for towing the line, Marines. Yeah, you devil dogs you devil
Hoorah.
dogs deserve all the things you get, for real. Hoorah, still real talk.
You're welcome, DL, and we appreciate you on the sidelines.
That's the right answer, Marcus. I knew it.
Motherfucker, you better be glad you a guest. Wait till next time. Wait till I catch your ass on base platform. Brother Cody is King. Thank you for keeping it 100, man. I want to thank you personally for keeping me, on the straight and narrow. Thank you for challenging me. Like, this brother be hitting me up in the real world, hitting me up and letting me know what's really going on. He doesn't have to do that. Keeps it 100, man. I really do appreciate you, brother. Like I said, man, I am honored that you come over here and you rock with me. You've been rocking with me, shit, day one, really. So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all y'all checking us out, man. I'm DL Saint. They are who they are. This is I Really Want to Know podcast. We got to go. Outro time. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.